everyone, it's Lee here at Griffith Small Animal Hospital, and I just wanted to do a little tutorial on how to trim your dog's toenails. So first off, we're going to have to get a few things that you'll need. You'll need to pick a good pair of nail trimmers, and the sizes depend on the size of your dog. Today we're going to be using my dog Dixie, who's a Great Dane, so we'll be using the big clippers on her because she's got very large toenails. There's also a medium size that you can use for like a medium-sized dog, a Cocker Spaniel, even Labs will be good for this size. There's also a little tiny size, which is great for little toy breeds or teacup breeds. Also good for cats if you're doing your cat's toenails. And then last but not least, you can always use little human nail trimmers. And these are great for puppies, kittens, and ferrets even. One other thing that you'll want to keep handy is a bottle of Styptic powder. And you can pick this up at PetSmart or Petco. We have a brand called Quick Stop here. You can just get any brand, and what this will do is if you accidentally do get into the quick of the nail and it starts to bleed, you just press this powder on it and it'll stop the bleeding right away. So that's all you're going to need. You may also actually want a bag of treats for your dog, especially if we're just training and just learning how to do a nail trim with a puppy. Go ahead and have a good bag of treats. So right now I'm going to go down with my dog Dixie and we'll start looking at the toenails and see what we can do. Okay, so we're here with Dixie now, and I've actually been working with Dixie since she was a puppy doing her toenails at home, so she's really good for it. The one tip I can give is to have a trainer help you, or do it on your own if you can. Have them lay on their side so you're able to just grab their paw freely and clip their nails. So I'm going to ask her to just lay over on her side, and then we'll start looking at the toenail. Okay, so now that we've got her over on her side and relaxed a little bit, we're going to go ahead and start to look at the anatomy of the toenail so you can see where you can clip and where not to clip. Now Dixie's a really good one to learn on because she's got dark nails and she's got light nails. So we're going to go to one of her light nails first so you can see the difference between the quick, which is the pink part of the nail, which is the part you don't want to get into, and the tip of the nail, which is the opaque white part. So what we want to try to do when we're clipping the toenails is get as close to that line as possible and just take the tip off. Now for the dark nails it's a little bit harder to tell, but you can see on the dark nails where it starts to get thinner. So the thick part would be where the quick is, and then where it starts to turn into a thin tip is going to be the part that you should be able to safely trim off. Now when you're just starting and just training, I would just take a little bit off at a time. And you can even give a treat after every toe so that the dog, so your puppy or your dog knows that they're doing a good job and stays relaxed. So I'm going to trim the white one first, just to show you what I'm talking about. And I have my little bottle of clotting powder here, just in case we get into trouble. Good girl. So what I'm going to do is just take my clippers and I'm going to go right where that hook ends and that pink part begins, and I'm just going to clip just like that. And then we can go ahead and see on this dark nail here where that thick part ends and the tip begins. I'm going to clip right there, just like that. And you can also see if you're close to the quick by looking at the nail after you've cut it, and what you'll see is if it looks opaque and dry, you can probably take a little more off. But if you start to see a darker area that looks a little bit moist, that probably means you're getting to the quick or you're at the quick, and you can go ahead and stop there. So I'm going to go ahead and trim the rest of her nails. And I just kind of go slowly on the ones that are dark because I want to make sure that I don't quick her. And then also if you're training your puppy to do this, you can have someone at their head feeding them treats the whole time you're doing it so they know that this is a positive experience and they're gonna be happy to do it in the future. Okay, so now we've finished doing all of her toenails, and as you can see, I let her sit up towards the end because she was more relaxed in that position. Basically, a good tip is if you're starting with a puppy, you want to start as young as possible and you want to get them used to being handled and have their paws be handled, and just make sure that it's always a positive experience. If you have an adult dog or if you're having issues with a puppy with your training, you can always consult a professional trainer in your area. They may have some good tips for you as well on getting your dog comfortable with having their nails done and their feet touched. And at last resort, if you have a dog that just won't let you do it at home, don't panic about it. It's fine, and you should be able to call your veterinarian and make an appointment with a technician or with the vet to have the nails done there. It is important to keep up with the toenails and keep them shorter because it's more comfortable for the animal. Another good thing to know is that if you walk your dog regularly on pavement or on a sidewalk, on concrete, they're going to wear down those nails naturally, and you may not have to keep up with them as often doing them with the nail trimmers. So that's another good way to just keep up with the nail health of your dog. Thanks for watching, and if there's any other tutorials you would like to see, please leave a comment below and we'd be happy to film any for you. And if you have any questions or comments about this tutorial, just let us know. See you next time.